just finished a panel discussion on the future of port, and we discussed the big areas of development for the port. And basically the main subject was actually digitalization, and how will the public and how will the cargo owner and the ship owner and different actors in the logistic value chain interact with the port. And what we're aiming to is to have much more transparency, and the transparency will lead to faster delivery of goods and also increase in efficiency and quality of service that will be given to the future and present user of the ports.
The Mega Infrastructure Week is a very interesting event for all participants to see the upcoming projects and development in the region. My participation here is to present a brief about the Aqaba port in Jordan. And we will give a brief tomorrow, inshallah, about the digitization of Aqaba New Port project. The new port project is already under operation now, and we are preparing now to transfer all the operations to be digitized and transferred to be digitized operation in the Aqaba New Port projects.
Joining this conference here is of course very important for us. Representing Abu Dhabi ports also means we are talking about the future. We're talking about how to create smart ports that integrates with basically the smart cities and the rest of the society. So this is actually a key play for us. There is a lot of information going on in this particular conference related to automation and the fear for whether lots of people will lose their jobs. This also goes for the ports. We today have semi-automated ports in Khalifa port in Abu Dhabi, and it does not necessarily mean that we will have less staff. It means we will have different staff. We will have a lot of people that will still do the maintenance, that will work on our ports, that will work handling all of our containers and the equipment surrounding it. But it's actually going to be people who's going to now be sitting in offices, who's going to be sitting in our operations room and handling the cranes from a distance. That basically means for us that we can actually deliver consistent services night and day, no matter how the weather is. And essentially we're not exposing people to the bad weather outside or whether it's too hot. This also means that the people who are going to be working on it are going to be better educated, so all the money will go into investing in better educated staff. And I don't think we're going to have less staff working on it. And when it comes to the future, it means that we can attract even more business, more customers coming in, and more people will need to be hired for us to be able to handle it. So I'm not fearing that we're actually automating certain things. When you're talking about digitization as well, it's also about making things smarter. So for us, it is about actually cutting the red tape, cutting away all the documents that we need to process with the customs and with other government entities that everybody needs to put a stamp on it. By having everything digitized in one single window, we are trying to put everything together in one smooth process that makes it a lot easier for our customers to get, let's say, their cargo imported or exported. And in this way, of course, we can again, promote what Abu Dhabi really needs, and that is basically that we are going for a vision in 2030 to increase and diversify our economy. So in this way, we make sure to do things smarter, faster, and we will continue that.
So with regard to the Port of DUQM is the latest and largest development of the Sultanate of Oman. It is actually a port that is integrated into a special economic zone with a port, an airport, a logistic area, industrial and petrochemical area, all that surrounded and supported by a new city and a tourism area. So the idea is really to create in Oman, in the center of the country, a new economical pole to support the growth of the country and help in the diversification of the economy. Now, what's the added value of having DUQM in Oman and on that particular location is that, as you can know, the coast of Oman is actually facing all the ocean that is surrounded by India, Africa and GCC. So we're extremely well located to be able to serve all these markets as a hub and as a central point. This is even more important as with the increase of the price of the fuel, all the industry required to be more efficient where they do the transshipment to serve these markets. Secondly, it is very important to increase the speed of delivery of the goods, and that can be done by having a central point like Oman and DUQM in the region.
The Aqaba New Port project already started the operation in April last year, and now we are developing a new port management system for the whole port operation and enterprise resource planning system, ERP, for berthing windows and for all the operation handling the commodities through the general cargo, RoRo, and even the live cattle. This system will help to save time and the cost for the whole operation and overall the port. And at the end, it will be connected for the port community system in Aqaba to collect all the ports to be operated by one system, will collect all the stakeholders in one platform, will help everybody to make sure he can track all the operations and booking for the ship call and every operations in the port for tracking his goods through operations and even transferring the goods from Aqaba towards other locations in Jordan and outside Jordan.
Well, we're in a changing world. All sorts of new technologies are coming into reality, and this is inevitably having a change on how we do our business. And one of the factors is that you can no longer think of just having a ship as a small unit in the middle of the sea or in a port. You've got to start thinking about how that vessel moves with the trade that it has on board from, say, the Far East to Europe or the Gulf or to the Americas. And there are all sorts of new and very exciting technologies that are going to help us to do this. There are also some new opportunities which are opening up, because in the past we've relied on people to go out and research scientifically the marine environment. And the reality is that we still know a very small amount about the very large amount of water that we all live nearby. 70% of the Earth's surface is water of some kind. So if you mix this together and you talk about the trade and you talk about the technologies, one of the factors you can't ignore is the people, because it is always going to be the people that actually have a massive input. But they may be doing different things, they may need different skills, they may be in different places. And so all in all, we're beginning to understand that the future is a changing landscape, and we must now develop with these new systems and make the most of them. We mustn't expect that a significant amount of how we know ships work and operate and the type of ships, much of this is going to remain unchanged. Of course it is. But my personal hope is that we can do it better and much more safely and more efficiently in the future.
What we focus on is automating container port terminals. That's been a very primary base business for us for many years. We've worked very diligently in increasing the performance of container port terminals. We started off many years ago providing just manual control systems to cranes that would require a human to operate the crane, whether it be a ship-to-shore crane, an RTG, an RMG, any type of crane of that nature. We would provide the manual solution. But in 2007, things changed for us. At that time, we increased the solution capabilities of T-Mike to where we could provide a semi-automated solution to where a remote operator would be located in a very nice, quiet environment, in an office environment, and would be able to operate the crane remotely. And the operator would be able to pick up the container off of the truck chassis, lower the container onto the truck chassis, and that worked well for many years. But in 2016, we decided to go a little bit the next step. The next step is being able to provide a solution that we're able to automatically pick up the container off of the truck chassis and put it onto the yard area, onto the stack area, and then take that container back off of the stack and put it onto another truck or a bomb cart to be further delivery to the ship to shore if required. So the solution that we've developed now is that does not require an operator to be at the control of the crane, whether it be remote or whether it be in the crane itself, but we can provide that automation such that an operator will only be required in certain situations where an error is detected. Perhaps the truck chassis has a mechanical defect, or the container itself has a mechanical defect. And at that point is when we would provide and request an operator to take control, look at the situation, and make the correct decision on the situation.
Our company is build the ship, various ship, LNG and container ship, as well as we can manufacture of the various kind of crane and the bulk handling system. Our company also involved in the harsh environment offshore rig. That last year, in December, we delivered the 6th generation semi-submersible rig, name is Westmira. This is that will be operated in Norway, Nova Field. And also we built the world's biggest heavy lifting vessel with capacity of 10,000 lifting capacity. And also our company specialized in the provide of the EPC projects. So we have capability of engineering of offshore project and industrial plant and shipbuilding. Also we construct and commissioning and the testing. Every scope can be covered by Hyundai SAMHO Heavy Industry. Hyundai SAMHO Heavy Industry is the subsidiary company of the HHI Group, which is the global #1 shipbuilding and offshore company. That our company participate in this exhibition to promote our crane and industrial plant as well as offshore project, especially for heavy lifting vessel. So I think there is a very meaningful event to promote our company because of this is first time attending in this exhibition. So and also we are considering that intensively attending in this exhibition and also the other event held on Africa and Middle East Asia.